I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. Welcome to the premier Knicks in the Morning show. The Knicks Morning Drive. I guess it's like the afternoon drive since we're running a little bit behind time, man. But, y'all know what it is, man. I ain't going to make up no fancy excuse, man. It's my birthday. I just been eating and taking naps. So, listen, man, I'm just enjoying the day, man. Appreciate y'all for coming in and rocking with us. Man, we're going to rock this funky joint for a little while. The Knicks have a game in a little while. Man, I'm excited to hear y'all opinions on a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? I got this thing I want to talk about. Yes, I saw the report by Scoop B that the Knicks may be open to trading Julius Randle. I just don't get excited about everything, man. Right. Thank you to the chat, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. Yeah, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. I return. Oh, snap. Yeah, man. Started off today, man. Miss Mocha is a saint, bro. She gonna get in heaven early. You hear me? She gonna get in heaven first. You know what I'm saying? Your man wake up to like a homemade steak bagel breakfast, and them resort. You know the lemonade tea thing you get from the resort. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The lemonade and tea mix. It's like you get them in them fancy glasses and stuff. Man, listen. Miss Mocha about to get into heaven first. You know how they call your number at the DMV? You know how they call your number at the DMV? Next number is A1. And Miss Mocha gonna be, oh, that's me. I'm A1. you know what I mean? So I got 3 things to talk about. And first of all, it's the King holiday. So salute to everybody that celebrates the King holiday. Right. Salute to everybody. And thank you to everybody with all the birthday wishes on social media and text message and all of that, man. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. I woke up to those earlier. They started coming in like 7 o'clock this morning, man. Happy birthday, big fella. All that stuff. Thank y'all, man, for when you at a certain stage in your life, man, you know what I'm saying? Little things mean a lot. And so while the birthday wishes aren't little things, they may seem like little things to y'all. It's just big things to me, for one. And secondly, they mean a lot to me too. So, or also. But I'm gonna try to remember the three things that I want to talk to you guys about and try to keep the show quick but powerful because the Knicks play at 3 o'clock. Right. Number one, one of the things that I want to talk about is this game against the Orlando Magic today means a lot, but not everything. Right. Also, I should probably write this down too. I wish I had a pen. I wish I had a pen handy and a piece of paper. I guess I'll write it on the back of one of these birthday on the back of this card envelope thing. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys, or not the first, but one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, I already know that as soon as I put the link in the chat, y'all gonna change the subject, right? Because people just can't help it; they can't stay focused. But one of the things I want to talk about is because I already know I got three things that I want to talk about, but I already know we're gonna wind up talking about Tom Thibodeau rotations. We're gonna talk about DeMar DeRozan, DeJounte Murray, and Deuce McBride. I already know. First thing I want to talk about, or one of the things I want to talk about, is only 6 teams have a player that can lead a champion, right? And the question is, do we have one of those 6? I want to talk about what this Orlando game means. Because to me, this Orlando game means a lot in terms of measuring stick, but not a lot. So still only one of 82, right? What this Orlando game means is Orlando better than the Knicks. Right? And I want to talk about can you trust trade rumors during trade season? Can you trust trade rumors during trade season? Can you trust trade rumors during trade season? Right? All right. So now that I have those down, right? During trade season. All right. So the first thing I want to get to really quickly, because I know we hadn't been on and I mean hadn't had an open panel since last week. So and I'm gonna try to get through these really quick as I can, and then open up the panel and all of that stuff. Man, listen. Before we go all crazy about, oh, this is Jalen Brunson's team. Oh, they're the Knicks are blase blase blah. Boom, but whatever it is. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. There are only a certain number of players in this league that we should even be having that conversation about. And the Knicks are not one of them. Right? The Knicks are not that team that can be, yeah, this is RJ Barrett's team. We should have gave RJ Barrett the keys. The keys to what? The keys to what? No, you're not letting no. Right? Oh, Emmanuel quickly needed more time to develop, man. He could have been give Emmanuel quickly the keys to what? Now, and I loved both of those players, but we got to relax, calm down. The keys to what? We got to relax. In a league with 30 teams in it, there are only between 5 to 7 guys that can carry a franchise in that moment. Let's not confuse, and I'm including Julius Randle too, by the way. When I say Brunson, I meant to say Brunson and Randle, right? Let's not confuse being the best player on a team on the rise with being one of the best players on the planet. We got to relax. We got to relax. Right? As I'm looking at the league right now, I'm looking at a bunch of players in the league right now. And when I say 5 to 7, I think I may overshot that by 2. As I'm looking at Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Tyrese Maxey, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Nikola Jokic, Damian Lillard, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, LeBron, Desmond Bain, Julius Randle, Kawhi Leonard, Terry Rozier, Laurie Markkinen, Tyrese Halliburton, Paul George, Jaylen Brown, Paolo Banchero, Cade Cunningham, Kyle Kuzma, DeMar DeRozan, Pascal Siakam, Bam Adebayo, Zion Williamson, Carl Anthony Towns, Alperen Sengun, Brandon Ingram, Mikal Bridges, Jaren J. Did y'all hear those names I was saying? Once I got past a few, then a lot of those names all sound like alphabet soup to me. Right? Once I got to that tier of Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, all those guys need a 1A beside them. And it may not seem fair that I say that or call these players out because these are great players. But what I'm saying is, in a conversation that what we're when we're comparing Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and what they can and can't do, there are a lot of great players with even bigger names that can't do the things that we say Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson can't do. Let me adjust this. Hit him up is in the building. Wiz is in the building. King Ribby is in the building. Irvin K was good. To Die For is in the building. My brother JJ is in the building. The original DSJ is in the building. Ruben Nunez is in the building. What's good, man? Salute to y'all. Hopefully, y'all have a day off and y'all celebrating. Craig is in the building. Corey Lee in the building. What's good, Corey Lee? Anthony D is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Anthony D is in the building. Appreciate you. I just got a text from Tim, man. I don't know. I don't even know where Tim been at, man. Tim been missing for a minute. Salute to Tim. Travel Vibes in the building. J-A-E King. I like to say Ja. When I see that, I'll be thinking Ja King. But listen, man, ladies and gentlemen, let me I know at times we get caught up with narratives like, man, Randall is the fifth option on a championship team, or Brunson is too short, man. He ain't gonna hold up over time. You can't build your team up over you can't build your team around a diminutive guard like Brunson. So you got to get him mad help. Nah. Pat Ewing was 7 foot tall and he still didn't win a championship. Julius Caesar is in the building. What's good? Salute. When it comes to building a championship contender, any organization that tries to build a championship team with one guy is taking a misstep. Even in the league today, when I look at these names, the only player I think you can build a championship level team around right now, and he can carry your team, is Jokic and Giannis. And I said 5 through 7, but the more I look at it, I don't think one player on this is Steph Curry in that category still. No. I think Steph Curry is outside of that category now. I think LeBron is outside of that category now. I think Kevin Durant is outside of that category. Kawhi Leonard is outside of that category now. Paul George, no way. James Harden, no way. Russell Westbrook, no way. And then when it comes to the young guys, Anthony Edwards, no way. Cade Cunningham, absolutely not. So when you hear me say this thing about one or two guys can carry a team to a championship, that's what I believe. And as a matter of fact, you guys believe it too. That's why you constantly watch social media for trade rumors. Because we all know that one guy is highly unlikely that one guy can carry a team to a championship. So when we hear rumors like Julius Randle, the Knicks are open to trading Randle and all of that stuff, I don't care. No team is gonna be, for instance, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle may not be the mix that gets you a championship. It may or it may not be. What I do know for sure is that it's highly unlikely that we have a guy on this roster that can lead the Knicks to a championship by himself. I'm sorry. I don't think Luka Doncic can do it. I don't think Devin Booker can do it. I don't think Donovan Mitchell can do it. I don't think De'Aaron Fox can do it. I don't think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can do it. I don't think Trae Young can do it. I don't think Tyrese Maxey can do it, even though he's on a team with another stud. You're talking about maybe two people. That's Giannis and Jokic. Ivory 10 says offseason trade Randall and picks in the first for Embiid if both teams come up short. Pause. Yeah. Or let me give Ivory 10. I keep forgetting. Yo, shout out to all the members of the channel. Shout out to all the members of the channel. I'm gonna try to do better for the members of the channel, man. I gotta do better. I just gotta do better, man. But it's hard doing a channel, man, where you gotta do so many things, man. And then with that, and not the shift, but with that, if you even trade for, because I think it's in tiers, right? I think that the NBA players' worth are in tiers, right? In levels, in plateaus, in tiers, right? Say for instance, Undios is in the building. All right, I see you. All right. Say for instance, the Knicks and the Phoenix Suns pull off a trade, Devin Booker for Jalen Brunson. Would you be mad? Would you be upset that Phoenix traded you Devin Booker for Jalen Brunson? Wouldn't that make Phoenix better? They would have a point guard. Their backcourt would be Jalen Brunson and Bradley Beal to go with Kevin Durant. Would you be upset by that? And you would have, and the Knicks would have Devin Booker, OG Anunoby, and Julius Randle. Who would be mad at that? Who would be mad at that? How can you be upset about that? The Knicks have Devin Booker, OG Anunoby, and Julius Randle. And the Phoenix Suns have Jalen Brunson, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant. This NBA thing there's levels to it. There's levels to this thing. There's levels to this thing, man. Instead of us sleeping on top of the cupboards with a lot of this stuff, which I don't mind, I enjoy Knicks talk. Some of it I think can go out the window, but I mean, some things you can say. Some things in Knicks universe, you could say something along the lines of the Knicks might trade Julius Randle, and the next thing you know, Catch is just What I'm saying to you is we traded RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly and Detroit's second round pick to get OG Anunoby and Right now, OG Anunoby is playing like Trevor Ariza, which I like, by the way. I'm not complaining. I like that. I like that consistency. I like that consistency. Right? I like that consistency. Stop a Don in the building. Building blocks in the building. Ismail Rivas in the building. But there's levels to this, right? I saw a report a few days ago where it seemed like the Charlotte Hornets were upset. It seemed as if the Charlotte Hornets were upset that people were asking about LaMelo Ball. And I'm like, easy there, hot pants. Nobody cares about Charlotte, North Carolina. Y'all mad because somebody called you about LaMelo. Y'all should be honored. Y'all should be flattered that people remembered your telephone number. Salute to IKBM Dre. The troublemaker, which is IKBM Dre. Salute to salute. Bodega Wi-Fi's in the building. Salute to one of the day ones, one of the goats of Knicks universe. Every time I see Bodega Wi-Fi show up, I've been like, man, it's like it's like, you know how like sometimes you see one of your homeboys in the grocery store, y'all started off in kindergarten together, and now y'all got grandkids and gray hair all over the place, but you remember the dude that you started kindergarten with, right? Bodega Wi-Fi remind me of like one of the people that shared his red crayon on the first day of school. One of the day ones. Salute to Bodega Wi-Fi. But only the NBA. Now, I know what people are going to say, right? Hey, man, in 2 years, Anthony Edwards going to be a monster. He might be a monster right now. He might be a monster in 2 years, and he might be a monster right now, but he is not ready to lead a team to a championship. C-Mac in the building. What's good, bro? Boss? Bo Ismail in here starting trouble. Knicks will be champs is in here. I guess ultimately what I'm saying is it's not a Knicks thing. It's a 76ers thing. It's an Orlando Magic thing. It's a Minnesota Timberwolves thing. It's a Oklahoma City Thunder thing. Be careful for what you wish for, because one misstep might lead you back to the place where you've always been. If you're Philadelphia, hey man, y'all have built a dynamo in Philadelphia. Over the past few years, watching y'all in the playoffs has been a cool thing to watch. But I remember when y'all fans used to be like, trust the process. Trust the process. I remember that. Right? And that wasn't 1,000 years ago either. That was recently. Right? Knicks fans, before we start getting too cute with like trade Brunson or trade Randall or trade whomever, I remember when Emmanuel Mudiay was taking 18 shots a game for the Knicks. Right? Before we start getting too cute with like all these trades and stuff and what people are saying about who should go where And now that we traded a day one in RJ Barrett, now we thinking we can just trade all the day ones. You know, we out here talking about trade Mitch since Hartenstein is balling. I think we should be very careful about how slippery that slope could be. Just be careful how slippery that slope could be. One player is not going to solve it all. Like Randall is not the savior of the Knicks. I know that and understand it. Jalen Brunson is not the savior for the Knicks. I know that and understand it. Right? What I'm saying to everybody is before we think we could just trade off, but for instance, before we think we can trade Jalen Brunson to Charlotte for LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and Mark Williams, relax. Right? Before we start out here thinking that, you know what I'm saying, we can trade Jalen Brunson to Boston for Jaylen Brown, calm down. Relax. Before we think, hey, man, we'll just trade Randall off. We'll just trade Randall off for a young power forward that can run the floor and some first-round picks. What have your front office done with first-round picks? Oh, hey, here's one. Here's one. Ivory 10 says Randall and picks for Embiid, right? Let me ask this of Ivory 10. What has Joel Embiid done with Philly that Randall hasn't done with the Knicks? He won MVP, right? I'm talking about team stuff. What team success has Joel Embiid encountered that Julius Randle has not? What I'm saying is I think we gotta relax just a little bit and realize that a prime LeBron James is once in the history of the league. There will never be another LeBron James in the history of NBA basketball, ever. Michael Jordan is a once-in-a-lifetime player. Shaquille O'Neal is a once in the history of the league type player. You'll never see another guy 7'1", 325 pounds, super athletic, super strong, super durable. In this league like that. You'll never see that again. That's why you have to appreciate them when you see them. When you see a Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to say Giannis is a once in a every few decades type player. We got to relax a little bit on thinking that we could just go get a guy. A Kevin Durant is so rare. 6'11" shooter with handles and athletic. We got to relax. And I'm going to even go further to say Julius Randle is a once in every 20 years type player for the Knicks. Julius Randle is a once in every 20 years type player. You don't see a Julius Randle type player every day. If you did, everybody would have one. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a once in a decade type player for the Knicks. Maybe a once in every 2 decades type, once every 20 years type player. You just can't move him. You just can't put your left foot in and take your left foot out and then put your left foot in and then you shake it all about. You can't do that. Not if you want to win. If you want to win, you have to understand that you can. If you want to win a championship in the NBA, you have to understand you either have to have a Giannis, a LeBron in his prime, a Jokic in his prime, a Michael Jordan in his prime. And listen, Michael Jordan wasn't even a winner without Scottie Pippen. For those of y'all that think Jordan was the GOAT, go look at Michael Jordan's win-loss record in the playoffs and in the regular season without Scottie Pippen. Look at Michael Jordan's win-loss record in the postseason and in the regular season without Scottie Pippen. And I'm not saying that just so the Knicks can keep Randall. I like Randall, right? Y'all know that. I like Brunson. Y'all know that, right? But if the Knicks can pull off a trade, if the Knicks could trade both of them today and guarantee me a championship in June, bye. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Oh, let me move on. Okay. All right. So what this Orlando Magic game means today at 3:00. So what this Orlando Magic game means today at 3:00 is everything and nothing at the same time. It means to me, it means everything and nothing at the same time. To me, it means that or the Orlando Magic may have leapfrogged us in terms of talent, but we'll see. I think somebody in a rap song said one time, we'll see when the canines come. We got 99 problems and some other stuff that they said or whatever. With the Orlando Magic, we'll see when the canines come, but I got 99 problems. Orlando, you not one. Do I want to win this game? Yes. For a lot of reasons. For one, I got family in Orlando, so it's always fun just throwing shade at them. Got family in Miami, right? Got family in Atlanta. Got family in Charlotte. Got family in DC and Baltimore. Well, right outside DC, Landover area. Got family in that area. Got family in Baltimore. Got family in Philly. Shout out to Tony and them. Got family in Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn and them. Does this game mean a lot? Yes, it means a lot in terms of we'll be pulling back some layers to seeing where we stand. It's kind of like a measuring stick game, but kind of not that important. It probably means everything to Orlando. It's like when you fight your brother in the backyard. Any of y'all got older brothers? Any of y'all ever fought your older brother in the backyard? And you might get the best of him for a little while, and then he cheat and do something to beat you. Like he'll bite you under your arm or something, and then you like, I almost had him, but then he bit me under my arm. And then you like, and then when y'all stand up, he just go to town on you and win, and you forgot how strong he was. That in that type of sense. Cowboy Bob in the building. Jay Boogie, the closer, is in the building. Owner of Jay Boogie, the closer. Podcast records presented by Jay Boogie, the closer. He said, Jay Boogie says, shout out to the chat and everybody, blessings, health, and happiness. Happy MLK Day. How are you honoring his legacy today? Quote, the time is all right. The time is always right to do what's right. Yeah, man. Jay Boogie, today my birthday, Jay Boogie. I expect you to come up here and spit some bars. I expect to see Jay Boogie come up here and spit that spit some bars or something. I expect Jay Boogie to come up and say something like, when you were spitting that Wonderama stuff, something like that. Hey, Murphy's in the building. Salute to the fellas. Bodega says Orlando is hurt. We still don't pounce on those opportunities. The lack of killer instinct is still an identity problem. Yep. I'm with you. Right? All right. So one last thing I want to speak to. I just want to get this in your ear. For consumption. I just want to get this in your ear for consumption. Can you trust everything that you hear during trade season? During trade season, can you trust everything that you hear during trade season? I'm going to say no. Because you can't even trust everything you hear in real life. To keep it a stack with you, you can't even trust everything you hear in real life, let alone things on the internet. I think there is a level or a measure of where there is smoke, there is fire. At the same time, I think also these are the times that people build their followers. Right? Like, I'm not building followers on the back of rumors. But a lot of people will build their following during these times. Hey, breaking news. And as soon as everybody hear breaking news, they perk up a little bit like, oh. It's clickbaity. Like, oh man, but a secret squirrel have a secret source from an anonymous source about an insider. You probably saw one Scoop B thing all year, and this is it. Yo, Secret Squirrel said his secret source got a tip from a unanimous source from an insider, and they said such and such. I don't care. It's always convenient that that Secret Squirrel has a secret source that is unanimous from an insider when a big event is happening. Salute to Ron from Still Knicks fans is in the building. DJ Cash is in the building. I put the link in the chat. I just wanted Ron from Still Knicks fans just to come up and say happy birthday. Ron. That's all. That's all I want in this moment, man. All I wanted was Ron from Still Knicks fans to just click the button and be like, "Yo, happy birthday, man." It's dope having your birthday around the holiday because a lot of times people are off from work. A lot of times people are off from work, and so sometimes you just get to kick it. DJ Cash is in the building. Cash, what's good, bro?
What's good, man? Happy birthday. Happy MLK Day. Greetings and salute to everyone.
What do you ain't shaved today, man?
Nah, I didn't shave, man.
You slacker. What are you doing? You know, that ain't the kind of image we supposed to be setting for these young people, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm
sorry. Your razor, you threw your razor away?
Nah. I gotta shave later because today's the wife's birthday too. I'm gonna take out tonight, so you know.
Okay.
I haven't done that yet.
Out on the town. Okay, I see you.
Yeah, I had to make sure she get a little something to eat this morning. So you know, just out and about.
Yeah, man.
But
man.
That Dallas game had me going. But I know we're not here to talk about that. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. That Dallas game was bugged out. Jake, what's good, bro?
Salute to the chat. Good morning. Salute. Please subscribe and like the channel for Uncle Freezie and Blorange Tears fam. What's good?
Cash was saying that Dallas game gave him a rock in his shoe. Cash, you still? Oh, there you go. There it is. So why did that Dallas game really have a rock in your shoe? You muted, man. Your audio gone. Nev the Disruptor is in the building. Nah, I can't hear you. Still can't hear you, boss.
We see your lips moving, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, man. Never the Disruptor. Happy birthday. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Uncle Freezie, too. I was going to tell you that, too.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank y'all.
No doubt.
Hey, Cash, just go out and come right back, man. We're going to be here. We ain't going nowhere. South Brooklyn in the building. Yo, a lot wise is in the building. Al is in the building. What's good, y'all? So what you thinking about, Jake? What do you think about the Orlando game? Oh boy. Stop it down. I had causing trouble. Now we can't. I mean, I'm gonna push him out the chat so he can come back, y'all. I'm gonna push him out the chat so he can come back in. Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, it's cool.
Yeah. So the Dallas game probably is a thorn in people's hand, but it shouldn't be. No team is gonna go 82-0, and you're gonna have a lot of those type losses, during the season, whether you're the champs or not. Even the champions on. Yo, look who it is! Hold up, wait, stop the tape. He lived a fast life and he only rocked with cake. There he is. What's good, boss?
Oh man, Freezie, happy birthday, Big Freezie. Appreciate you, my brother. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all don't even know. Freezie's so old, he helped create the Decimal Dewey system. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Dewey Decimal System. He's that old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But Yeah, man, I appreciate you, brother. Listen, I say this all the time if y'all pay attention, but Freezie's a really good dude. He's done a lot for this Nick community. He's the hardest working man in the community, and he's also bigged up and showed love to many a content creators, especially still Nick fans in our show. So once again, man, wishing you the happiest of happy birthdays. I'm trying to get Boys to Men right now. I think they on tour, but if I can get them to sing you happy birthday, I know that's really gonna set it off for you.
Bim. Hey, but hey, in the Dewey Decimal System, you got to remember, I had to create numbers first.
Well, look at
before
that.
the Dewey Decimal System. So I created numbers first, and then decimals, and then put them together and called them the Dewey Decimal System.
There you go. See what I'm saying? I ain't lying. You see how he breaks it down?
Fact.
Shout out to Cash. What's good, Cash? Shout out to Jake. Appreciate you. So I'm here. I'm here for a little bit. I'll chop it up and talk. But I'm just gonna be no camera. I'm working. I'm off today, but I got work to do. So don't mind.
Oh man, dang it, Williams.
Working from home is the best.
Hey,
Sometimes.
Freezie. Hey, this is for you, man. I don't know if everybody can hear this.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah.
The duet.
Yeah. Hey.
The quadruple quartets. Okay.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Cash.
That's for you,
Appreciate you. I got a couple of people backstage. Hold on for a split second.
Why you on the beat?
Yo. Oh, hold on.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I cry for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I cry for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Yo, look at this. We got a full panel up here. Look at this. Salute to everybody.
Happy
real quick.
birthday, everybody. Salute everybody.
Happy birthday,
Freezie.
Birthday boy.
Appreciate it, man.
I just wanted to come on real quick and say face to face, happy birthday, Uncle Freezie. But I wanted to let you know this too, though, that you are smarter than you are, because you know why? Your first birthday is really your second birthday. So you, my friend, are a lot smarter and older than what your age really is. So just keep up with the wisdom. Thank you, Uncle.
Yeah, man. So salute to everybody that's wearing birthdays on jerseys. Salute to all the Lawrence Taylors out there. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all the Lawrence Taylors out there. Salute. As a matter of fact, salute to everybody, man. But I want to ask Ron this, and thank y'all too for the birthday wishes. But I want to ask Ron this.
I gotta go, so I'll have you guys have a good one, man. Thanks. You got
Later,
it.
B.
Go New York, go New York, go.
All right. Hey, thank you to BT for that, man. I wanted to ask Ron this, man. How do you feel about NBA fans thinking their team is one piece away from a championship when most of us know that there were only maybe two or three, maybe 3 or 4 NBA players that can carry a championship level team? Let me bring my guy before you answer. Let me bring my guy in real quick, and then I'll get your answer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Salute, man. Happy birthday to your homeboy.
Appreciate it. I thought you was out saving the world, bro.
I am out saving the world. That's why I want to chime in real quick. So what up, real quick? What up, Ribby? What up, Ron? What up, Corey Lee? What up, Wiz? What up, DJ Cash?
What's up, baby?
What up to the panel, man? Yeah, I'm at the work. I'm at the work site. Yeah, I'm at the work site. So I just wanted to chime in real quick and say happy birthday to you, homeboy. You heard?
Appreciate it. Wiz, thank you for that generous contribution. I got it, bro. I'm a forward that to Bully for some pasta salad.
Make sure don't forget the olives. Make sure you put the olives.
I can't afford no olives now. I can't afford the olives now.
All right, well take some of that money and let's go look for dinosaurs.
The birthday present flow. Everybody, if everybody in chat give you $1, you can get a lot of pasta salad for Bully.
Yeah, no doubt. I need that for lunch. But anyway,
neighbors helping neighbors. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Oh boy, I got to break out, y'all. So I'll catch up with y'all later on. Peace out,
y'all.
Bully.
Later. 718 boys.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, so Ron, I asked you that because it's a serious question, bro, and it's been on my heart for like 2 years, right? But you know how sometimes you think about something, you don't know how to break it down, make it palatable, or for those that got past second grade, I don't know how to parse participles. You know what I'm saying when it comes to that topic there, like how come teams that know they're 1 to 2 players away are saying that such and such player on their team is the number 1 option or option A when there are only maybe 4 and I say maybe 4, bro. But honestly, all I see is Jokic and Giannis. After that, everything else is conversation, bro.
That's fair. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't know why people necessarily think that it's so easy to win an NBA championship. It really isn't. It's really tough. I mean, not too many people can do it successfully and can always be in the conversation. I think what has happened for a lot of fans is you get a little glimmer of hope, and then that glimmer of hope, you're saying to yourself, you know what? This happened this year. This happened last year. If this stuff, like you assume this stuff is going to continue to happen. And if it does happen, obviously anybody has a shot, which is true.
Right.
But 2 years or 3 years ago, whatever, you can't predict that Atlanta's going to go on that run. They were young, a team that never really sniffed the playoffs like that. They had a nice run all the way to the ECF, I believe. Then you got Miami, who had all the doors open up. Not no fault to them because they actually beat teams, but certain things fell in their lap too. Like that stuff can happen. It doesn't always happen. So what happens this year in the playoffs if none of the big teams get one of their star players hurt and everybody's just playing regular basketball? Them opportunities ain't going to open up for you, and so your team better be good enough. And if it's not good enough, you're just going to be watching like the rest of us. And so that's the reason why, if you're looking at what your team is, you got to understand that if you got holes to fill, you better fill those holes if you seriously want to be a championship contender. As with our Knicks, we got some holes to fill. Now, I honestly don't think we are a superstar away, because I don't think a superstar is going to come here and make us necessarily better. You just can't go out there and get a star player if they don't fit the holes that you got on the team that you need to fix. If I go out and trade Julius Randle for a Lauri Markkanen, or even what Freezie said, a Joel Embiid, does that help? Yeah, the Joel Embiid helps, but Joel Embiid hasn't won either. So, certain things that you're still missing something. Maybe you need the backup center that's going to help you. You know what I mean? Like if you tell me I'm going to go get a Donovan Mitchell and I'm getting Daniel Gafford, maybe I'm saying,
and
okay.
a Denny Avdija,
and a Denny Avdija, I love the Denny. Pause. But
Yeah.
like if you can get that type of situation going on, then you all right. But I don't. I also don't want to make it seem like the Knicks need so many different pieces. I think the Knicks are like two solid pieces to away from really contending. But these pieces have to be the right pieces. What you're missing, and they have to also not only be. They got to be two-way pieces in some realm of form. Unless you're getting. Oh,
I'm gonna ask you a question, but I'm gonna bring Jay Boogie up. But I'm gonna ask you a question, right? And then I'm gonna to give you some time to think about what I'm asking. And in that time, I'm gonna bring up Jay Boogie. How many teams in the NBA are two pieces away? I'm gonna bring in Jay Boogie.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting. That's right. On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. What? You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting. Right. Share my dreams with you, me and I'm podcasting. What? You can see my vision through the podcasting. Yeah. But don't forget Jay Boogie when I'm broadcasting. What? I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. What? I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sims was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezie got them Blorange Tears.
Yep. What's good, boss?
Salute. 3 capital S's. Bless, health, happiness to everybody rocking on this panel, man. Some of the greatest men it is throughout the world. Forget just basketball, forget just podcasting, and it also carries over to the greatest people being in the chats. What a beautiful day it is, yo. Happy born day to you, Mr. Freezie. And what better day for it to be on a Martin Luther King Day. So it's only right that I go ahead and just, on this day, just start promoting, naming you the Martin Luther King of the podcasts. Because what you have done so much, adding on to what Ron has said, brought so many people together, and branched them out, and that's what Martin Luther King, he tried to bring the people together, and let them know that we are as one, but we are great people, So I just wanted to come up and share your birthday with you, man, and let you know we appreciate you, everything that you do, for the community, everything you do outside of the community, expands so much, when there's nothing for us to do, you always open up your doors and give us all something to talk about and conversate, and more importantly, just be together, hang out. This is Barbershop on Podcast, you know what I'm saying? And Freezie, you have done much of that, throughout the New York Knicks organization. So I just want to say shout out to you, my brother. Happy birthday to you,
Appreciate
King. And happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody. And everybody continue having a blessful day, man. Salute. 3 capital S's.
Yeah, man. Thank you,
Jay
man.
Boogie.
No doubt.
And you know what? Anything worth having is worth sharing. If you get something and it ain't worth sharing, it ain't worth having.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm speaking of things like like knowledge and health. You know what I'm saying? Caring, love, all those type of things, man. It ain't worth having if you can't share it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I got a question on the floor for Ron because I have these things in my mind, right? This space of things, right? Like questions I want to ask the chat, the panel, Knicks universe. Sometimes you have to break them down in a way that's unscrambled for the conversation. And so when
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned that the Knicks are one or two players away, or one or two moves away, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me rephrase, say one or two moves away. Bro, is that not at least 50% of the league? One
It's a
or
lot.
two.
Yeah. I was looking at you when you said
One,
it. You made me take a look at the standings, and there's a lot of teams that maybe are 2 moves away. I'm
right,
looking. I'm like, yeah. Even like Cleveland is 2 moves away. If they change out one of them bigs and add another piece on the small forward area, they are right there too. Like there's a lot of teams that 2 moves away. So I see
right.
your point. I see your point there.
Yeah, so
Um,
why should we embrace being one or two moves away if a lot of teams are one or two moves away?
I guess I mean with the Knicks situation, I don't know about a lot of other teams' culture and a lot of other teams' persona. But New York has its own little it's its own animal. You know what I mean? New York is supposed to be a winning town. You know what I mean? All the glitz, the glamour, and you talk about the world's famous arena and all this stuff, and yet we haven't been able to put together a really successful team in quite some time. And to get to the promised land, it's been forever. So I think there's a lot of added pressure here, and because of that, the organization has a lot of pressure. The players have a lot of pressure, and the fans put an extreme amount of pressure on them on what they want to see out there.
Right.
And I think that's what really is driving the desperation. Because other teams like Cleveland is just as good as we are, right? And they've got their own issues, but their issues could be easily fixed by a couple moves. But you don't see that level of desperation over there with Cleveland. They're just playing basketball. If something opens up, they'll deal with it. But the Knicks have a certain level of desperation over here. Uh, a lot has to do with the fans, but we've got that.
Facts.
And so we're just trying to get something that we can say, we are there. We're here now. You got to recognize us and let's see what we can do. I think that's what's really adding to it. It has nothing to do with anything else. No other team is dealing with the way the Knicks are dealing with it. We always have to feel like we're defending ourselves. We got the media coming down on us. We got the Knick tax. There's so many different Knick things. You know what I mean? So I think that's what's really doing it. It has nothing to do with basketball, really. It's just how this city moves.
Right. And so I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit on that. And not because what you're saying is not accurate, because I feel as if that's very accurate if you live in the city, right? But as for one that lives outside the city,
Mm-hmm.
I think there
That's
are
what I do.
teams definitely in those desperation modes. Like when I go to Atlanta Hawks games and you could see the frustration on the face of the workers inside their building when they see the Knicks crowd walk up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that you won't necessarily understand unless you're there seeing when we were in Memphis, right? Memphis had a tiny crowd, right? At the game, the crowd was cash. It was so crazy. The crowd in Memphis was about 65-35 Knicks, right? And they were pumping in crowd noise, and the little babies was running around chanting "Whoop that trick," and you saw these big country Reeves jerseys, and all these Mike Bibby jerseys in the plate, Jason Williams jerseys, and all that stuff, and people, cash no lie, they were so frustrated that their space was being invaded by out of towners. More people from out of town was coming to an exotic NBA location than the people that lived in that exotic NBA location. And I call it exotic because it's Memphis, right? If it was Brooklyn and the Knicks took over, you could understand it. If it were Boston or Philly, you could kind of understand it. But when you're talking about cross country and you still getting invaded, you could see the frustration. And no, like, and there was somebody who bought our dinner. Somebody that bought our meal, and I forgot who they were, and I've been trying to think about who they were, and I want to shout them out. I can't remember, but we were in line buying a box of Brothers Barbecue. Anybody had Brothers Barbecue before? Yeah.
No.
No, ain't nobody had. Ain't no. But yeah, but the frustration in the city, I definitely get it, bro. But what if do you still have that level of frustration if you're the Atlanta Hawks and you drinking a Bud Light at Hudson's and about 7,000 people walk past you at about 6:30 because the game started at 7, and you see about 7,000 Knicks fans walk past you, right? And you're like, dang, what, 7,000? That's not even all of them. That's because the light changed and caught the rest of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
I
know
mean,
what I mean?
and Freezie, I understand what you're saying. You're right, because I'm biased because I'm only thinking about New York. I'm in New York, so I'm not even thinking about outside of New York, really. I don't understand that experience, that human experience of being at another stadium and seeing that desperation. I don't see it. You're right. But I will say, even with that, I still think the Knicks have it's a bigger thing over here. I mean, once again, the world's most famous arena, you got no rings. World's most famous arena, you're not a playoff contender every single year. You know what I mean? It's like what's making this arena so famous? We don't got the circus no more. Like, what are people coming to see? You know what I mean? So I'm like, I just
Billy
think
Joel.
that, yeah, Billy Joel, or maybe Elton John. I mean, I just think it's like, there's just so much attached to it. And it's hey, listen, New York eats it up, and the Garden eats it up. That's a part of their persona, and that's why they keep drawing attention. That's how they can sell out when you got Cle Anthony Early out there on the court. Like, I get it. Sorry,
and
my
Jeremy
bad, Cle
Lin.
Anthony. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I want to get to Lee and Wiz and everybody to ask their perspective on if they feel like the Knicks are 2 players away. Why does this moment feel special then? Because if the Knicks are 2 moves away, should this not feel like a special moment? Should we not, wish we could have this moment for life in that sense, or is it more like the 2 moves that we should make should feel like destiny? And like the Carmelo trade in a February I remember the Carmelo trade. Remember we were having a horrible winter. Remember how many times it snowed and all that stuff, man? The weather was bad, all that stuff. And Carmelo Anthony saved the winter, basically. Lee, what you think about that, boss?
We've always been 2 players away, it seems. When we've been playing well. So all this 2 players away, I just think a lot of it is luck, good fortune, the right officiating, the right weather outside.
Right.
I don't know, if the dog, finds the right tree to find the marker spot. Who knows? But I will say this, that, as far as the team goes now, I don't even think we're that far away. We may be 1 player away to actually really sealing the deal to saying that we are a legit NBA Finals contender.
Okay.
As far as my opinion goes, this is a tough question to some extent.
That's why we here though.
Yeah. That's a tough
that's
question.
Why we here.
But who's to say who's the said player? You know what I mean? We've been debating over this for a minute. Right. We let 2 solid players go, and we got another solid player back. So I mean, that's. I mean, I can. The best answer I can say is that. How does it feel? As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I feel like we've been here before. And it's all about what we have now and execution and the right game plan. So
okay,
that's my answer.
So it's coaching.
Some of it, a lot of it, yeah, and executing it.
Yeah, man. Wiz, what you? Hey, Cash, I'm gonna get to you. Let me get Wiz and Ribby
All right.
and
All
get
right.
them signed in, and then we'll open it up. Just want to make sure they don't go and get ignored.
All right. Cool.
Wiz, you ready? Wiz ain't ready. King Ribby, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
yeah. Oh, bad. Wiz.
My mic is muted.
Okay.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. When you first asked that question about one or two players away, first thing popped in my head exactly that. Most teams are there. And one of my pet peeves with Knicks fans lately, and that's probably because, I've been around so long. 1975 was my first game. So I've seen great Knicks teams, and I've seen weak Knicks teams most of the week. And I just cannot take mediocre and being among the pack. So when people are like, "Oh, but we're better than we were 10 years ago, and we've made steps," I don't mind appreciating the journey, but I need to get to the destination.
Right.
So I'm not at all satisfied with the way the team is right now, being one or two players away, because my fear is we're going to be there, we're going to take a little step, and then Orlando leapfrogs us. I mean, my fear is Detroit's going to leapfrog us. When I watched Detroit beat the Rams yesterday, I was like, "Oh, damn. What if Detroit knocks us out of the playoffs a year from now, or 2 years from now?" While we look at them right now going, over 26, over 28. So
That was our fear last year with Indiana and Orlando, remember?
Right, exactly. So I want us to make the move to go for the championship. And I think we should do it now because this is the right time to make the move. 2 years from now, I see 5 teams that are right there, ready to possibly dominate the league in a way that we'll just be like we'll be among the elite, but instead of being among the elite of maybe 3 or 4 right now, we'll be among the elite of like 6, where anyone can knock us off at any time, and we have less confidence in winning. Right now, we're one of those teams that we put the fear into other teams, but we're not the guys who people are going to say are going to win the championship or even be in the ECF. I want to be championship. Like I said, championship or bust right now. That's my take.
Hey, I'm gonna break that question down for you and King Ribby and for everybody. I guess it's for everybody on the panel, right? Is this moment we're experiencing special or not? Right? I don't want to get talked to death about, and no, I'm not talking about you, Wiz. I'm just talking about in general, right? I don't want to get talked to death about I want a championship and we should trade for such and such. Are we in a special moment that we should try to take advantage of, or is this just another season?
Special moment.
Okay.
Just another season.
Okay.
I think we're in a good place. That's what I would say.
I want to say yes, we are.
Okay. Cash, what you thinking? Is this moment that we're in a special moment that we should take advantage of, or is this just par for the course? Is this just the Knicks are going to win 48 games, we're going to lose in the second round, and we're going to have the same conversation for the next 3 years?
Special moment where, and I'm going to speak metaphorically, we're 2 moves from checkmate. Sometimes those moves aren't necessarily a spectacular move, meaning that of a superstar. When you're 2 moves from checkmate, it could be a very small move, but it's calculated and it's detailed. And also how you position on that board. Now we're in a good place positioned on that board. When we look at our team, when we look at where we stand in connection with the whole league. When we say that top 10, yeah, we're there. We're in it. Top 5, yeah, we could be number 5 right now. We very well could be there as one of the top 5s in the league. So whatever move we make, yeah, it's a very calculated and careful decision that has to be made by the front office, because it's a combination of positioning, having the players that's needed, and also the moves that the front office makes to see whether that's going to get us there to win that title. So is it a special moment when you look in retrospect of the league? I'm going to say yes. And it's been a long time since we've been there. I mean, it's not just another season. I mean, it's a lot of matter of fact. The question that Freezie posed earlier, as regards teams that are in the league that Ron had touched on, that indicates to me that there's a lot of parity in the league, and when there's parity, there's balance. So that means that any team that could make a calculated move that can get them closer to checkmate, they're going to have an advantage. And so that is going to help and propel their team to possibly win a championship. Nick's brethren, we're not that far off. It's not that far off. A couple of moves need to be made.
Exactly, that's what I'm
calculated
saying.
moves. And we can get there. I mean, management has put us in a good position, to this point, despite, there's some things that we don't agree with. We just have to continue to stay the course and, be vigilant and also, keep the eyes of understanding and being aware of what's going on in terms of the league. So, that's just my take.
Yeah, I agree.
I was going to say another reason why we are this season is special is, I mean, maybe we'll appreciate it more as a fan base at the end of the season. But this is like, I mean, we sometimes I feel like as Knicks fans, we get a little too greedy. Like we want it all right now, and we've waited long enough. I get it, and we're finally making roads towards that getting the team that might really contend. But let's not forget, this is one of the best Knicks teams we've had in over 10 years. So it's a special season anyway because we've got some really good talent on this team. Could we use a little bit more? Maybe. But we've got really good talent. We haven't had this type of talent in a long time. And I think some people forget that. We get a little too exposed to it and we want more. And I'm not saying we should be, resting on our laurels and just be like, okay, well, this is the team we got. We should just be happy and content with that. No, you always want to see your team improve and get better and be in that big conversation. But don't forget how good we are. And we're talking about a couple moves might make us a championship contender because we are that good right now. That was it.
Okay.
Let me follow up on that a little bit. So give me a little pushback.
Okay.
When I said there are 10, maybe even 15 teams that are 1 or 2 moves away, the 1 or 2 moves away are bigger for them than for us, right? I think we're 1 or 2 moves away in that pack of 10 to 15 teams, including Philly. Even after yesterday, with Dame time, including Milwaukee, is 1 move away, I think. But their 1 move is such a subtle move. Ours is actually more like a distinct step. Cleveland is a jump. It's a 1 move, but it's still just they can get there, but it has to be a jump to find the player that they need. Has to be more impactful than the players we need. So the reason why it's special is because ours is attainable and available. I believe attainable and available, where I don't think Cleveland right now has the access to the person they need to take them to that next level, or Indiana. And I think Orlando is age. I think Orlando's experience. I think they're 1 or 2 moves away, but they need the experience of even the guys they have now with that 1 or 2 move to go another 2 years of experience. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro.
No, I was gonna say gonna go ahead and say it's going to be 2 players of those teams that are looking for that 1 and 2 player away that may impact their case. It's going to be Pascal Siakam and Dejounte Murray. If they end up on one of those teams, whichever team it may be, that could turn the tide for them. Whichever team that might be. So, that's just an example of, what we're discussing here, those 1 or 2 pieces that, a team may need. I mean, it's been a lot of talk, maybe Siakam to the Sixers or whatever, or Murray going to the Pacers or to the Lakers or whomever. I mean, we don't know. I mean, as the trade deadline gets close, people are going to get nervous, things going to get tight, and certain moves are going to be made. But my point is that, those 2 players are going to be impact players to whatever team that they're traded to. And, it's going to cause whatever team that they go to improve their stock, improve their odds to win the title.
I'm glad you drilled down on that a little bit more. Let me drill down even more on the team I'm looking at is Miami. Donovan and Zach LaVine. With that coach, I don't know. I don't know who can stop that.
Wait, but Wiz, there's no way Miami's getting Donovan and Zach LaVine at the same
that's
time.
what I'm saying. The step is much bigger than ours, but I'm not saying that they're 1 or 2 players. They're 2 players away. But that would be 2 players who, boom, right away. I don't see anyone ever saying those guys can't win a championship. So that's a more distinct drill down of they have a bigger step to make because it's hard for them to get that. It's very hard for them to get those 2 guys.
Right. I don't even think they need both those guys, by the way. If they get Donovan Mitchell, Miami's a problem.
Yeah, they're a problem right now. Right? The Miami's a problem right now. Miami don't care what they look like. And Miami is like the late blooming girl in high school, right? She's going to be the salutatorian. She's going to go to some college and she's going to graduate and get her master's. And when you see her when she's 40 compared to what she looked like when she was 13, you're going to be like, dang, man, she might wind up being your boss. Right? Oh, I remember you from Lincoln High. Yeah. That's what Miami is. They don't care nothing about the regular season, bro. All they care about is when the playoffs start. That's when they go into action. Versus teams like the Knicks that care everything about the regular season and how the regular season looks. And then when the playoffs come, we'll just try to figure it out. That has been our MO for the last few years. Let's just get there and then see what happens. And Miami is like, we already know we're going to get there. We're going to try to dictate to the world what happens when we get to the playoffs. And I'm not saying there is something wrong with either approach. I don't think there's nothing wrong with either approach. It's just one team does that and the other team does the other. I mean, one team made the NBA Finals with a point guard named Kendrick Nunn. One team made the NBA Finals with a point guard named Gabe Vincent. Right? And the Knicks feel like we need a backcourt of Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan in order to get there. D'Angelo, what's good, brother?
Happy birthday, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, this team, I know what Ron is saying. How you doing, Ron? Love you. But, you know, we got to make this is incomplete. We got to make another move. Yeah, the mission is incomplete is with this front office. Because we could go and gauge everything by this glorious season that we're having, and they're doing good. But we gauge it on the playoffs. We know what Randall's track record is in the playoffs. Yeah, he was injured last year in the playoffs. We'll give him that. But we got a lot of guys with, you know, it's got to be proven in the playoffs. Because if it's not, and we go out in the first round, then what are we talking about? We got to wait longer.
Yep.
So, you know, I mean, we could say whatever it is. Hey, if we get high on today's game and we win it with a blowout or something like that. But I ain't getting high off this season yet. I'm not. You know, so that's why I'm playing it, close to my hip right now with this team.
So this season doesn't feel like a special season to you then?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
No way.
Okay.
I'm not falling for that. How many times as a Knicks fan have I fallen for it?
Well, you know what? I hear where D'Angelo's coming. Shout out to you, my brother. It's good to see you. I'm really excited to see you, actually. But my whole thing is, keep in mind, I'm not saying the Knicks are good enough. I'm not saying we should be content that this is our team and that's it. There's no more moves to be made. There's moves to be made. I definitely think that, but I also don't think that I look at it differently. I don't think the moves have to be so crazy in order for us to be that team that we can contend. I think Pudge, Nixon Nice had put in the chat multiple times, like Gafford and not Denny, the point guard, Tyus Jones.
Yeah,
I think the Knicks get Gafford and Tyus Jones and give up something like Fournier and Grimes or whatever it is, I don't know, and not touch any of the other guys and just add those two pieces. I honestly think we're good enough, but we got to play good enough. But I would think that personnel is good enough to make the run to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's where the point. That's the point of contention, though. The good enough part is the moving target. We're asking good enough for what? Are you saying good enough to compete or good enough to win a championship? The point that I'm getting to is where we come from as Knicks fans. I don't care about being a contender for. I don't care about looking good in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. My point is can you beat the Eastern? Can you be the Eastern Conference finalists, and can you beat the best Western Conference team in the playoffs when that time comes with Tyus Jones and Daniel Gafford? Just adding those two guys. That's what I'm asking you.
I think you can.
Okay.
I think you can. Now that doesn't mean, I'm not saying that means if you get through the Eastern Conference, you make it to the finals and play the Western Conference team. Does that mean you have enough to beat them? So to me, I think at that point you have the players, but the top guys are the ones that's going to carry you over that. That's when Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson need to earn their money, because those are the guys that are going to be relied on the most to get us to that next level. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we may say, okay, we've been struggling to get that star type talent, that numero uno type person. But that doesn't always work for a sports team. You can spend the most money possible. You can put together the best team the money can buy. I know it's a different sport, but I don't have a lot to go on. Look at the San Diego Padres. I mean, they opened the bank for that team, had everybody. Look at the New York Yankees. So it's not just about getting the players. You also have to have the right pieces around, the right role players, the right chemistry, the right makeup. The coaching has to be good, or managing, whatever you want to call it. So we can get the guy here. And then listen, how frustrating would it be right now if I told you tomorrow the Knicks decided to trade Julius Randle and I don't know, Quentin Grimes and some picks, and we picked up Nikola Jokic. We brought the Joker here, and we don't win a championship. Because if we bring the Joker here, everybody's like, oh, we winning a championship. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? But you don't know that, because the team around the Joker right now is perfect for him. We don't know if the rest of the pieces on his Knicks team fits what he got going on, the way he likes to play. So I'm just saying, it seems good. It seems like it's a no-brainer type thing, but it's a process.
But we also have a coach who burns guys out before the playoffs even start.
100% true on that.
And that's the problem also with this coach, who does a good job at times gauging the regular season and getting to the playoffs. The guys are burnt out. This is going to come back and haunt us if Brunson's injury keeps progressively getting worse, because he wants to be out there, but he'll play through injury. Is that going to benefit us? It's not going to benefit us. So you got to have more pieces to this puzzle, so it doesn't put all. And we know how Tibbs was just get stuck on one guy and playing him way too many minutes. Not trying to get back on the coach's fault on anything, but he burns guys out. That's been his track record. That's what I'm worried about. So, this could come back and haunt us in the long run. And I just, that's why I said we're not done yet. We gotta keep. And I hear what you're saying, Ron. Yeah, you can't. It's not just that one big piece. It could be a few good pieces to, even things out. Just just one guy that carries the whole team. So, we got to see. That's just my opinion.
Like right now, for an example, Brunson is hurting. They gonna make a game time decision as regards to his injury, but also too looking at the upcoming Knicks schedule for the next, I think, 10 to 12 games or whatever. We have a lot of home games. I think it's time to see what type of bench we have and try and get some rest, for Brunson and possibly Randall if he's hurting. Just commenting in regards to what you say with Thibodeau running the players into the ground. I mean, this is a good time to see, what else you have, because, when it comes playoff time, this is where we're gonna need the best of Brunson and need the best of Randall. So, like right now, if Brunson's hurting, let him get some rest and roll with Deuce and see what we have. I mean, the schedule, is helpful for us. We have a lot of home games. We're not facing, that.
Hey,
that rough
Cash, are you telling us that we should rest Brunson in a playoff run and see what we have coming off the bench and not make a move?
No. Let me finish my thought. Brunson probably needs to get some rest. All the charges he takes and everything. Let him get a couple of games rest. I'm not saying rest like 12, 15 games or whatever. I mean, but maybe at least a couple of more. See what we have in Deuce. But yeah, we still need to make that move. I'm still going to go with that. But in order to see sometimes what you have, if you don't have a certain player, you gotta let him play and see what he has. I mean, he had Deuce in particular had 19 points against Memphis. I mean, that's good, but I mean, look at the team overall and see how they function.
That wasn't a normal Memphis team, bro. Memphis
it wasn't.
They had 8 of their 9 rotation players out.
Right.
So it was like we were playing a G League team.
Right.
And we should have beat that team by 70, and we didn't.
You're right. Now, case in point, if Brunson doesn't play, and say Deuce has 19 points a game, say if he has the same exact stats against Orlando as opposed to Memphis, wouldn't you say that would be more impactful in his play?
I want to throw that Memphis game completely out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm saying he plays the same exact game against Orlando today.
So you're just saying,
in other words, what I'm saying is that's just different.
You mean a hypothetical, like what if? You're saying what if?
You mute it. But to his point, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, the Memphis game and the Dallas game, I think we should throw both of them out. One game we came out flat, didn't play with energy. It's not like us. In the other game, we came out and we played with our food. We should have beat that team by 70. We should have beat they started. Man, you think your point guard is short? They started a dude 5'9" at point guard, right? And we still played with our food. We didn't get them out of there. We should have. The playoff teams, like quality NBA teams, don't do that. Right?
Put the foot to the jugular from the beginning. From the start.
Yeah. It's like
saying, hey, listen. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
No, I'm just gonna say just really quick. It's like saying that Deuce McBride put up 19 points in the G League. Man, so what?
Yeah.
Cash, is that not to be expected?
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
but
yeah. He should perform better against lesser competition. But
Yeah.
what I was trying to say is if he puts the same amount of points up against Orlando is considered better competition. So that should show some improvement on his part. As regards to backing up Brunson, that he
nah,
shows
I
that
don't
he's
see
more
that.
competitive.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I don't see
I just
that.
I just want to say like and I'm with you, Cash. I like Deuce. I want Deuce to get this opportunity. And listen, man, Deuce really deserves uh, the moment, right? All he's doing is
Right.
trying to show you he can play, and he's been
Right.
doing good offensively. As he's starting to get more and more comfortable, he's looking better and better.
Right.
I would say defensively, I don't think he's really tapped in yet to the true Deuce because Deuce can get after it on defense. We haven't really seen it yet. It'll show up, but the thing is, if we're trying to win, right, and we're trying to win big and make our mark in the playoffs, and then have a chance to win the championship,
This ain't it.
you gotta go get somebody that you can depend on, because I mean we don't need to see Deuce go into the playoffs and that in playoff intensity, that pressure, them veteran players of Miami going to take care of Deuce, man. They're going to make Deuce look crazy out there. We've
If
seen
you
it
saw
happen
them
with
do it with Emmanuel quickly, bro.
right.
Right.
We've even seen a player who was balling, and I'm talking about
Yep.
balling above quickly, a balling above Deuce.
Right.
Jeremy
Right.
Lin. Jeremy Lin, we was running through the league that year. I know it's
Yep.
old, but just we were running through guys, right? We get to Miami. Miami came in with the blueprint. They put everybody on Jeremy Lin. Shut him down. He was never the
Right.
same since.
Yep.
Proper adjustment.
Like
Yep.
you
All
gotta
right, so
watch that.
who's the guy that we trade for that's going to make the difference? Who's the guy?
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough.
Hey,
That's a
but
tough.
but Cash, based on what you said, nobody's the guy. You let Deuce play it out. That's what you just said a few minutes ago.
Yeah, he plays it out
Exactly.
he plays it out for now until you get a better choice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Listen, well, I like Deuce, but he's hitting the three right now. Other than that, he ain't doing anything else. He's not doing anything. Yeah, he plays good defensively, but he's not dishing the ball. He's not making anything happen when he gets to the hoop. He's shooting threes right now, and they're going down. That's what I see with Deuce.
Yeah,
he's not
you're right.
not being a good playmaker right now as a backup. We need a playmaker.
So-
He doesn't take it to the hole. He freezes that. He's just hitting the three right now.
So that means that we're going to need a playmaker who can score, but also has enough pedigree and experience to lead the second unit.
Like
So who is that guy? Who
Malcolm
fits the mold?
Brogdon.
I mean,
That's
there's guys like
important.
Malcolm Brogdon, right? I don't even know if it doesn't even have to be a Malcolm Brogdon. It could even be a Tyus Jones. I know people are looking at Tyus Jones and saying, "Oh, he don't look sexy." Look at him. We played him the other day. He had 11 points and 8 assists, right? But that team stinks. You know what I mean? When Tyus was on Memphis, he was getting busy.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Like, there's guys, but don't just look at a guy on a bad team and look at that person's, play and say, well, I don't know if that's the answer. But look at the guy. I mean, if they played long enough in the league, look at how they played when they were on a good team. Tyus is the same player. It's just that, you put him on a team where he has the opportunities, he has the guys to pass to, he has better defense around him. Tyus is the right type of pick. I'm not saying he's the guy. I'm just saying that just shows you it doesn't have to be a DeJounte Murray. It doesn't have to be.
So Ron, I have the name for you.
Oh,
right.
Well, you got.
I think the two names. And y'all heard it here first with me and Ron and others, D'Angelo and others. I think the Knicks can acquire Chris Paul and Gordon Hayward on the buyout market after the trade season is done. Right? Because if you're Golden State, what use do you have with Chris Paul's salary on your books when you'll probably be trying to play young players anyway? Right? You can get Chris Paul on the buyout market. You can get Gordon Hayward on the buyout market, right? But before you get them, because now you remember you're just going to get them on vet minimums, right? You're going to get them on league supplemented veteran minimums, right? Everybody know the league pays 70% of the vet minimums just to keep veterans in the league, right? That's a everybody know that. That's a fact. There's no that's in the CBA, right? The players negotiated that so veterans can stay in the league longer, right? So you can go out and get a Chris Paul and Gordon Hayward in the buyout market, right? But before that, you have to make your move, right? You have to make your move before. You can't depend on the buyout market in order to build a championship contender. That's stupid, right? What you have to do is go out and get your guy before that happens, right? So who is that guy, right? In my opinion, you have to go get a shooting guard that's a combo guard that can shoot the three and defend, right? He has to be able to shoot the three and defend and run the offense and situations like the Memphis game where Jalen Brunson sits a game. That person can be your primary facilitator, and you can still start Dante DiVincenzo. Today, if Jalen Brunson doesn't go, that player could still be your primary ball handler, facilitator, and playing next to Dante DiVincenzo. When Brunson sits, ideally the player you want is when Brunson sits, that person is your starting point guard, right? When Brunson is back, that person is not just the shooting guard, but they're the off guard, right? And for those that don't know systems, it's like airplanes, right? It's like airplanes, right? Every airplane is not a 747. Some of them are jets, right? Some of them supersonic jets, right? Every airplane, it's like cars. Every car is not the same, right? Every car is not a station wagon, right? Just because it's a car doesn't mean you use it all for the same things. So you go out and get a guy that's going to be a secondary ball handler. I mean, listen, I would even go as far to say is I would even look at trading for a Markelle Fultz, right? Not for him to be the main course, but for him to add depth, right? Add depth to this team. Keep adding depth, right? You need athletic. Our backcourt outside of Dante DiVincenzo, what athleticism do we have in the backcourt?
Really, not much. It seems like the guy that's really being pointed to is Malcolm Brogdon. But as far as a name I'm going to throw out there, I probably get chewed up for it, but I don't care. But he can play both guard spots. He can shoot a little bit, and he's also athletic. Jaden Ivey from Detroit.
Yeah, you're right when you said you're probably going to get chewed up a little bit for it.
Yeah, you know that's their lottery. You know that's their lottery pick from last year, right? He's a second-year player, lottery pick. They drafted him.
Yeah, but he's on the bench for Detroit. You probably can get him for much or nothing.
Yeah, but the problem with him, and I mean, I don't know if you can get him for much or nothing. He's still a young player, and he's still one of the top lottery picks. So you still have to give up something for him. Because we know that we've seen players come into the league, have a couple bad seasons, then take off. You know what I mean? So
Brunson,
Brunson, exactly.
Randall.
Brunson's right.
Randall,
so you can't look at it that way. But the other thing is, he just don't have no experience right now. You don't want that guy to come in here and then get into the playoffs. He sometimes don't look like he know what he's doing out there for Detroit, and there ain't nobody else out there. He got the keys. So he's not the guy right now. Maybe one day, but not right now. It has to be somebody with more experience.
What about Van Fleet? I always liked him he could back up. Why can't he back up? Brunson?
He's great, but
because he's starting for a team that's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and that I don't even know if his price tag is $40 million. High. Yeah, his price tag is kind of high.
Yeah, making that much. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, would you guys be happy, Freezie? Let me ask you this: would you be happy with the other possible thing? Because for whatever reason, Detroit and the Knicks have such a bromance. Would you be happy with Alec Burks and Kevin Knox?
No way. No.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So first of all, he asked Uncle Freezie. Let me ask. So yeah, I would totally be for Alec Burks and Isaiah Stewart, not Kevin Knox, but Isaiah Stewart.
Okay, because I would be too.
I would be for them because
not Kevin Knox.
Not Kevin Knox, because he don't provide what we need exactly, right? If he was a 6'7" athlete that was a lockdown defender and shoot the three, then I'd be okay, right? But the thing about what we're needing, if that's a secondary move, of course I'm for it, bro. Because today, think about today, if Jalen Brunson doesn't start against the Orlando, what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have veteran depth, right? We can't keep throwing these kids out here thinking these kids are going to take us to the promised land. And I know what the Bible say, and a child will lead them and all that, and I get it, right? But nah, not with us, and not with us, bro. For instance, a Jaden Ivey is not going to come here and be the stone that the builder refused. Nah, he ain't it.
No.
Nah, what I think we need is a Chris Paul level veteran point guard off the bench, right? And what I mean by that, I don't mean salary. You could get a Chris Paul level veteran from somewhere. You can find that guy somewhere, right? What I'm saying is you do need a starting shooting guard, somebody in the caliber of a Tyler Hero range, right? And listen, I know people don't like the Tyler Hero type guard. Y'all remember Rex Chapman? Anybody remember Rex Chapman?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Kentucky.
Yeah, that's the type of guard that I think we need. Tyler Hero kind of fits that in a sense where he can go off and be your breadwinner for a 5 or 6 game stretch. And then when he reverts back to the mean, his floor is high enough to be the second or third best player on your team. But there'll be stretches during the season, 3 or 4 stretches during the season, where Tyler Hero is going to look like your best player. And if you can get a guy like that in a deal, say, let Miami have Donovan Mitchell so that we can have Tyler Hero, then I'm okay with it, even though I like Donovan Mitchell. But if you can't have the one you want, love the one you with. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what about Scary Terry from Charlotte? Scary Terry.
I like that name.
He's not bad. He probably fits in that mode. He's a microwave type scorer that can come out and he might be able to. Yeah, I mean, he's a 20-point per game type dude. So I guess he fits in that Tyler Hero realm.
He comes much
Here's
cheaper.
one. Hey, Freezie, you're not gonna like this one, Dinwiddie.
Nah, I mean, I don't mind any of them. I don't mind any of them, bro. As long as when we get to May and the game is on the line, we're depending on Deuce McBride and Quentin Grimes.
You just threw me back on that.
Yeah, think about it, man. The last 2 times we went to the playoffs, we legit had to depend on guys like Derrick Rose, Elfrid Payton, Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? And now you're saying that in a game 6 on the road, we're down by 8 in the 4th quarter with 7 minutes left to go, and you have to put Deuce McBride and Quentin Grimes in the game. Is that what you're saying? Terry Rozier and Deuce McBride can bring us home. That's what you want.
Terry Rozier.
No.
Deuce McBride.
No.
These are the situations. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking to y'all. Like honestly, I'm not talking to y'all about winning game 5 in the first round against a team that barely made the playoffs. I don't care. I don't care about that, bro. I don't want my season to end in May or April anymore, bro. We should be playing in June, right? And if we're talking about going and getting guys that have not moved their franchise past April, they can stay where they are. In my opinion.
Well, remember, Scary Terry led them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Boston, when Kyrie was
Cash, he led them?
Well, he didn't lead them, but
okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He did get busy. He got busy that year, though. Yes, he got busy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I hear what Freezie's saying though. It's true. Some of these guys, like everybody, the grass ain't always greener. You want to get these guys in here, and they haven't done anything with their own teams, and you think they're going to do something now all of a sudden because they're wearing a New York Knicks uniform.
Yeah.
I get that, but my whole thing is, I also kind of feel like if they could get them for nothing, which this is a hypothetical. If you put Jalen Brunson on Philadelphia, I think Philadelphia could win the whole thing.
Right.
Without giving up anybody, right? They got to keep the same guys though, but that ain't gonna happen.
Right. And the reason why I bring up Tyler Hero, if you can't have Spider, you know what? You know Tyler Hero in his career, in his very short NBA career, has been to the NBA Finals twice. Twice in his very short career, right? And I don't know what the bias is against Tyler Hero. But
he's not available. He's always hurt.
And Randall is always healthy, and people want to get rid of him too. D'Angelo, would you trade Randall for something right now?
Right now, of course.
Yeah, see what I mean? And Randall is always healthy, bro. Cash, I think
depends on what.
I mean, some people would say trade Randall for cap space, right? They don't even need nothing back. Just get his salary off the books. Just get him out of here. That's how a lot of people feel about Randall, right? I don't necessarily feel that way because I think it's hard acquiring NBA talent, right? But the point that I will say is that as Knicks fans, I don't want to be in that mode where I'm turning my Hey Ron, you remember that commercial with the all fruit commercial? Would you please pass the jelly? Remember that?
Oh, of course.
Would you please pass the jelly? I don't want to be that crowd, right? Where I'm turning my nose up at everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I want to. Cash, you remember that commercial, right? When they sitting at the table at the fancy restaurant, and the lady is like, "Would you please pass the all fruit?" And they have like the waiters. And it's like some highbrow establishment. It's probably someplace in Brooklyn. You know how Brooklyn have all these fancy restaurants and charging you $400 for steak and all that stuff.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is add the talent, man. Just keep adding the talent. Add talent. Right? You know, nothing against Deuce and nothing against Grimes. Right? But last year we saw them in the playoffs. And we saw the better versions of them. We saw the better version of Deuce and Grimes, Quickly and RJ. And we saw them fold up like tents too. You know what I'm saying? I say go out there and do it, man. Make the team better. Go for it. Why not?
Well, I'm tired of coming up short, Freezie. How many times has the Knicks fans been coming up short? So it's enough now.
Huh?
What's
Randall
that?
ain't fold up never?
Who, Randall?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand the point though.
Because it's like you do it like a little shot.
No, bro. I'm talking Knicks. I'm talking Knicks, bro. This is about the Knicks. This ain't about one person, one player. We don't have a player that good where we could put all the blame on them. We don't have a Magic Johnson that can stand at the podium. We don't have a LeBron that can stand at the podium and say everything was my fault. We don't have a player that good, bro.
You don't have a top tier player.
But I think, not to cut you off, I think JB has been doing that. He's been at all the press conferences and all that, right? Am I wrong?
Right.
So what are we talking about?
He takes accountability for stuff. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, okay, but no. The point that y'all are missing is he's taking accountability for stuff, but he's not taking accountability for not bringing a championship. Right? When he stand up there and say we're not winning championships because of me and my play, then I'd be okay with him. But to say, yeah, it was my fault that we lost by 15 to the Boston Celtics. No, it's not. Boston has been better than us for decades. Right? Boston been better than us for years. So the status quo is not their fault. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is when we get a Giannis type player that the league can't stop, an unstoppable weapon, and then you surround that weapon with other weapons, then I'm okay with it, right? But when you know Jalen Brunson at his best is probably going to get the Knicks to the second round, then when the Knicks get to the second round and no further, then you can't say that Jalen Brunson should have did the Knicks better when you know that Jalen Brunson at his very best can only get the Knicks to the second round. So when you don't get past the second round, you can't be mad at Brunson. You know what his ceiling is, right? Everybody, am I wrong, y'all?
That's
No,
fair.
you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to see how far he's going to get us.
That's why you got to put pieces around to help get the guys to the next level.
And that's why I asked Ron the question in the very beginning. Remember the question I asked you in the very beginning?
I do.
Remember how I was talking about levels, and there are levels and plateaus to this? Like, guys can only get teams so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then including this coach and how far he's going to adjust with the talent that he gets. Because the coach is accountable too for this stuff. Let me hang up on this. There's more important things to do. But yeah, it's your birthday. That's why.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
I mean, that's true, because you know what? That is the thing. But once again, guys, all I want to say is we've been dealt a weird hand, right? Because the front office has had a lot of ineptitude over the years. I'm not saying this front office per se, but there hasn't really been a chance for us to really build smartly, to have assets, to go out there and get the right players, to draft the right guys. When we finally got a team that looks pretty damn good together. I mean, we went out and traded for OG Anunoby to add with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. I get what Freezie's saying. Don't stop now. Keep going. So, but if we do keep going, who's to say that Tom Thibodeau doesn't have everything his heart desires? Who's to say that whatever he tries to throw out there works perfectly because he's got all the right pieces? Now we won't see the shaking hands Tom Thibodeau, the jittery guy who starts doing weird stuff in the playoffs. Like, what are we, maybe he actually just continues to coach the right way. Maybe Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle will have the help that they need. So now instead of them having to focus on defense and help the team out a lot because we're missing pieces, they can focus on the offense and just fill in where they need to because we have such a sound defensive squad. I think there's a chance, man. There's a chance that could happen before the trade deadline, and we're cooking. We're cooking.
Right. I don't want to say the maybes, bro.
I hear you.
I don't want to say the maybes.
Well, you know what it is that I was 97% sure a couple years back from Stephen A. Smith that Kevin Durant was going to be a New York Knicks. So it's a maybe for me forever now.
Forever, right? right. No, I feel you. I honestly believe the Knicks are. I think this moment that we're in is a special feeling, but an ordinary moment, right? Like we feel like if we do something manifest destiny is going to happen for the Knicks, right? But on the other side of that, when it doesn't happen, it's going to be the biggest bubble burst of all time. And Knicks fans are going to be mad, throwing their brand new orange shirts in the street because we support the team so hard and they just fall up short. And then we're going to call them inept all off season, right? So I think it's an ordinary season, but a special feeling for us because we did a trade that actually worked. That's why we feel like this is a special moment, right? At the same time, we know we have to go out and get this other piece because even though we like Dante, bro, Dante DiVincenzo is like our cousin from out of town. We see him once every year, but we love him like a brother. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, even though we love Dante at the 2, we know Dante is not a championship level starting shooting guard in the NBA, right? Not when teams are starting Derek White at the 2. You know what I'm saying? Teams are starting all these type of 2s and guard dynamic playmakers in the backcourt. I think we just got to go get a guy, man. And for those that don't like Tyler Hero, what I would say to you are either you don't watch NBA basketball and know that championship DNA is a real thing, right? And I know he hadn't won a championship. I understand that. right? Or NBA championship, but he's won Eastern Conference Finals, right? That's more than I can say about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who've been together forever, and I think they've been to the NBA Finals once as the core, right? And Hero has been there twice. What I'm saying is, hey, I got to get out of here. But what I'm saying is, Knicks, just do it, man. Go ahead and do it. Thank y'all for rocking with me on my birthday, though. I appreciate y'all, man.
Always, player. Always.
No doubt, Uncle Freezie. Enjoyed having you. Enjoyed talking to you, brother.
Yeah, Wiz sent me $1. I'm gonna send that, and he sent me $1 for my birthday on Cash App. So I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna send that $1 to Bully so he can buy him some pasta salad from the grocery store. But thank y'all for rocking, man, as usual, man. Hopefully we can get back. Yeah, hopefully we can get back together tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. So.
Sorry if I've not been chatty. I've just been listening. So, but happy birthday, Freezie.
Nah, no doubt, man. Thank you. Heck is in the building. GI in the building. What's good, fellas? All right, y'all.